The battle for the mitten began last night with a battle against the Irish Hills Leprechauns and the Lake Erie Monarchs. It was Irish Hills that got the W by a final count of 8-6. And the Monarchs now had their 4 of 6 stretch end. But they have another opportunity to come on out tonight and split this series against their arch rival as the Monarchs stand 5.5 games back in the North Division at this point in the season. Hello and welcome everyone to Flat Rock Field here in Flat Rock, Michigan. This is Lake Erie Monarchs baseball. I am Kevin Peel. Thanks so much for tuning in here today, checking out our webcast and also listening to the contest here tonight. Monarchs about to begin game number 23 of the season, and it has been a great season, and it's crazy to think we're already at game number 23. It is a fantastic night for baseball. You'll hear a lot of wind coming in because it's right towards home plate today. Logan Schmidt, the starting pitcher, and his first one is low for ball 1 to Noah Suarez. And we are underway today at 7:07 p.m., 2 minutes late here for game 2 of this set. 1-0. And a chopper hit towards second base. Lambo charges and soft toss to first in time to get Suarez. He was a tough out yesterday. And he's the first man down here in the top of the first inning. And let's take a look now at that defensive alignment for the Monarchs. Schwarzenberger, O'Laughlin, Dyke, left to right in the outfield. Head, Prater, Lambo, Balgard, left to right on the infield with Head and Prater at third and short. Pitches under the arms, ball 1 to Gunnar Rainey, starting left fielder. 1 out and no score here in the top of the first. Logan Schmidt, Sean O'Keefe, the battery. O'Keefe catching. 1-0, and it's a fly ball foul down the first base line. A ball and a strike now on Gunnar Rainey. Gets the start in left field tonight, does Rainey. And Rainey will slap another one foul, that one heading out of play to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Irish Hills Leprechauns from Adrian, about 45 minutes or so from here. And 1-2 is bounced foul to the screen behind home. Count still 1-2. 81 degrees, although it feels a little chillier than that here at game time tonight. Might be chilly as we wrap up this evening's game. Winds north-northeast at 10, blowing somewhat in and towards the right. Chopper hit to the left side of the infield. Backing it up as Prater throws across, and it's an infield single for Gunnar Rainey, who's able to leg that one out. Just got past Bobby Head, who was moving towards the second base bag from his third base position to try and field it. And it's an infield single for Gunnar Rainey to put the Leprechauns on the board in terms of the hit column. First man to reach base here tonight. No score, top of the first. And here is the dangerous Max Mahone. And Mahone swings and drives one to deep center field. Backing up on it, O'Laughlin. It's over his head and one-hopping the fence. He barehands it off the bounce. Throw into the cutoff man, Lambo, who will put it back in towards the infield. Run back in towards the infield. Max Mahone with a double, smoking the first pitch he saw from Logan Schmidt. And just like that, Irish Hills has put 2 men in scoring position. They got on the board very early on last night with Noah Suarez hitting a leadoff homer, and that kept the Monarchs chasing the entire evening. And they're trying to do the same thing here tonight. Here comes Tommy Pellis. Gets the start at second base. Strike 1 into him. Pellis, 397. He is slashing this year. 1 home run, 18 RBIs. Irish Hills coming in with a record of 10-12. 3.5 games back of the Lima Locos, who are leaders in the North Division. 0-1. And it's down low. Make it 1-1 on Pellis. Max Mahone, his double a minute ago, was his 7th double of the season. That takes the lead on the team over Josh Parks. 5 homers, 21 RBIs, and raises that 365 batting average of Mahone. 1-1, and it's low and away. 2 balls and a strike. The count on Tommy Pellis, right-handed hitting second baseman. Logan Schmidt, the righty out of Miami of Ohio, making another start here tonight for the Monarchs. And the pitch is a fly ball hit towards right, medium depth, drifting towards the line. Dyke will make the catch. Throws coming towards the plate. It's on line, but it's a little late and just slightly off of home. Tommy Pellis with a sac fly has driven in the first run of the game. RBI number 19 of the season. And again, it's Irish Hills with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Consecutive nights they get at least a tally in the first. Mahone moves over to second on the play. So now Preston Pilot will bat with 2 men down. Ball outside, 1-0 to the starting right fielder, Preston Pilot. Pilot, .303 batting average, 6 ribbies. Fastball found to the fencing to the left of home, a ball and a strike. 2 outs in the frame, and it's 1-0 Irish Hills. Umpires for tonight's game, Stuart Hall calling the balls and strikes, and Dave Archer, the base umpire. 1-1, and a backdoor breaking ball finds its way over the outside corner, 1-2. First time we've seen Dave Archer this year. Stuart Hall has done numerous games for the Monarchs, I should say. Foul back to the screen. Ball and 2 strikes on Preston Pilot, still the count. Monarchs at 8-14, their record. And they are 5.5 games back of Lima. We'll keep you updated on all those scores as we go on. 1-2, chopped foul heading towards the fencing in front of the first base dugout. Ball and 2 strikes on Pilot. Left-handed hitting right fielder against the right-handed hurler Logan Schmidt. Shaking off a sign is Schmidt. He's ready to go, and the 1-2 is spiked at home. And Sean O'Keefe was able to keep it in front of him right near home plate, not allowing another run to come in this inning. Logan Schmidt stands 6'3" tall. He is 185 pounds, and he hails from Bolingbrook, Illinois. Sophomore Red Hawk pitcher. 2-2, and it's just off the outside corner. Count fills up on Pilot. Mahone is over there at third. 3-2. Fastball fouled off in the air, heading well out towards the walkway. And the count remains full. Preston Pilot will have another look at a 3-2 pitch from Schmidt. And here it is. Fastball low and away for ball 4. And the at-bat and the inning, I should say, will continue. A 9-pitch walk to Preston Pilot. Third base runner of the inning. 2 down, runners at the corners, 1 run in for Irish Hills to take the 1-zip lead. And here's the designated hitter, Josh Parks. We did not see him in yesterday's contest. He will appear in his 19th game, so a bit of a rare off day for Parks yesterday. Fastball downstairs, ball 1. Designated hitter hits left-handed, sporting the number 14, his green jersey today. Parks has a .266 batting average and 8 RBIs. He's also drawn 6 walks this season. Throw over to first to check Preston Pilot. He's back in safely. Pilot has done some running this year. He's attempted 6 steals, and he's been successful 4 times. So he does have some speed down there. See if he takes off. 1-0, he holds. Now the pitch bounces in and away down the third base line. Max Mahone going to trot in. And on the wild pitch, Irish Hills will take a 2-0 lead. 2-0 the count now on Josh Parks. Preston Pilot is able to move up to second base. So another productive first inning here tonight for Irish Hills to put the Monarchs a little bit behind the 8-ball. Look towards second from Schmidt, and here's his 2-0. And it's low and away, 3-0. The inning started with a ground out, but since 3 straight base runners, well, 3 of 4 base runners and a sac fly. So all have been productive in terms of either at least moving base runners. And stepping off is Pilot. Pilot, one of 5 Leprechauns that has appeared in at least 14 games that has over a 300 batting average. And there's a couple not too far away from 300. So they have been good offensively this year. Now time will be called again. Irish Hills has a 287 team batting average through 22 games. To say the least, that's not too shabby. And it's led to 10 victories. It's almost surprising they're not over 500, but this is a really tough North Division, as I've referenced. 3-0 is a liner fouled on the third baseline, heading towards the grandstands. It's now 3-1. Going to give a couple baseballs is Griffin Mazer. He has the night off for the Monarchs. He's helping out Stuart Hall tonight. The man at second is Pilot. 2 down here in the first, 2 runs in for the Leprechauns. Schmidt from the stretch position and the pitch. Fastball fouled off. Josh Parks keeps battling, 3-2. Pilot will get a chance to move and second base. So a single could score him with relative ease. Waiting on deck patiently is Ryan Guckin. Here's the delivery. And a fly ball hit towards left, going towards the line. Schwarzenberger, he measures it and hauls it in. For out number 3, and that will do it in the top of the first inning. But the Leprechauns score 2 runs on 2 hits. They capitalize on a wild pitch, and they'll leave 1 man on. Monarchs coming up for the first time here tonight, and they're trailing 2-0. You are listening to Monarchs Baseball. A 2-run bottom of the first inning has put Irish Hills in the lead as we venture to the bottom of the first. Caleb Balgard from Indiana going to lead things off. He bunts foul, and that's the first pitch from starting hurler Scott Grant. He's got the flowing locks going for the Leprechauns. No balls and a strike now on Caleb Balgard. .327 batting average, 1 homer, 8 driven in. Had a couple RBIs last night in the loss for the Monarchs. 0-1, wave and a miss. And it's 0-2. Scott Grant, 6'2", 200 pounds. Another Albion College pitcher, sophomore from West Bloomfield, Michigan. 0-2, and stepping out was Balgard just in the nick of time. Grant was coming towards home and held on to the baseball. It kind of awkwardly fell off. 0-2 now comes, and it's outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Monarchs in the home whites once again tonight with the navy blue pinstripes. Green stirrups with 2 white stripes and 1 navy blue stripe in between those. Tri-colored caps, green on the back with the league logo. 1-2, a soft bouncer towards second base, moving well to his left is Pellis, and he's not able to throw out Balgard. His toss there is late. It's an infield single, and a good start in the bottom of the first for the Monarchs. So here comes Will Prater. He will step in. And the pitch is a called strike, 0-1 to Will Prater. Gets the start at the shortstop position tonight for the Monarchs. Prater with a .206 batting average and 1 RBI on the year. And the pitch is low to make it 1-1 on Prater. Western Carolina product, hitting left-handed against the righty, Scott Grant. Grant's pitch. It skips in. Nice block by Guckin. To keep the base runner at first, it's now 2-1. 2-0 Leprechauns in front. And drawing a throw over there is Balgard. He's back in safely. Balgard 0 for 1 this year, trying to steal bases. And the pitch, fastball away. 3-1 on Will Prater, with no one down here in the bottom of the first. Flag all the way up tonight. It was at half staff for the entirety of this homestand, the first half of it. 3-1, pop-up. Could get into foul territory. Tommy Toll ranging over near the fence, goes over the fence almost there, but is able to hold on and make the catch. Tommy Toll knew the fence was coming and was able to snag the baseball, crashed into the fence, went partway over, and was able to make the catch. Back to first goes Balgard, 1 down here in the first. Fielding alignment for the Leprechauns today. Rainey in left, Suarez in center, Pilot the right fielder, Grant and Guckin the battery, Guckin catching. We'll get to the other infielders in a second. Robert Bell will take ball 1 outside. Bell, the DH tonight for the Monarchs. Leading batting average, .348, 3 homers, 12 driven in. Switch hitter from the left side, this time against the righty Grant. 1-0 fastball gets over for strike 1. Infielders at third, Toll, who just made that nice catch. Thomas Miller, the shortstop. Tommy Pellis at second, and Max Mahone, the first baseman tonight. Mahone guarding the bag. Balgard's lead is pretty large at first. And a skipped pitch is blocked by Guckin. 2-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 2-0 Irish Hills, already in the lead. Grant with another soft toss over to first. No play. Monarchs, talking about their caps, they have the blue lid, navy blue on the sides of their caps. 2-1 outside, and it's 3-1 on Bell. White fronts with the Monarch logo, the face logo only on the front. Bell well ahead in the count. Grant throws at the knees. Strike 2 with a fastball. Fill it up on Bell. Monarchs on their jerseys also have Monarch script across the chest in green with navy blue trim. The look the Monarchs have sported since moving to Flat Rock 4 years ago. 3-2 outside, ball 4. Bell able to lay off. That was a pretty good location from Grant. It was outside, but it wasn't far off the plate. And so Bell's able to coax a walk. Monarchs have 2 men on, bottom 1, trailing by 2. That gives Sean O'Keefe a chance to try and drive in a run. Western Michigan Bronco taking his first cuts. .338 average, a homer, and 14 RBIs on the season for him. Grant's first one is over for strike 1. Setting up outside was Guckin, and it came over the inner half with a fastball. O'Keefe with the level stance, waving the bat in front of him. Looking in at Scott Grant. Grant and Mitch Shedlowski, both the starters in this series for Irish Hills from Albion College. Soft liner to the backstop, 0-2 on Sean O'Keefe. Shedlowski, the winner in last night's game. The Leprechauns held on. Tying run was at second base in the bottom of the 9th. Monarchs just couldn't come through. Balgard has a lead at second. And the 0-2 check swing on a dirt ball. Kicks up some dust, and O'Keefe was able to lay off. 1-2 now. Shadows slowly starting to move, as they usually do, 7 o'clock games, towards the third base line, and will gradually consume the field as we go along with the game today. 1-2, and it's low and in. Even up the count on Sean O'Keefe. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Single out here in the bottom of the first. Middle infielders playing at double play depth, that being Pellis and Miller. 2-2, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Maybe took a touch off that one. O'Keefe waves, and fans for the second out here in the bottom of the first. Bell still at first, and Balgard at second. 2-zip Leprechauns as Alex Lambo strides to the plate. Starting second sacker tonight for the Monarchs. Lambo hitting .298 with 7 runs batted in. Looking at the first pitch, and it's a curveball over the outside corner just below the bell. Strike 1. Lambo from Loyola Marymount University in California. He's a Pacific Northwesterner by background, though. 0-1, and another one of those curveballs. Swing and a miss. Grant induces that. No balls and 2 strikes. Grant's long hair flowing in the breeze as it blows in, and now a time is called. In for the sign from Guckin, and now time will be called as they will have a quick conference on the mound. Hey fans, don't know if you had the opportunity to check out today's pregame interview. It was with Monarchs pitching coach Brad Merritt. It was on Facebook in its entirety, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, so 24 seconds was shaved off on Twitter. But you also will be able to take a look at that full interview later on the Monarchs YouTube page. 0-2 fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Lambo is down on strikes on 3 pitches. Scott Grant works around a single and a walk and does not allow a run, most importantly for him. Time for the second inning here at Flat Rock Field. It's Irish Hills 2 and Lake Erie nothing. You are listening to Monarchs Baseball. Leprechauns dugout letting out a mighty roar as the top of the second inning set to begin here in Flat Rock. Things have gone Leprechauns' way in this series so far. A win last night and a 2-0 lead here after an inning. Ball one to Ryan Guckin starts things off in the second. Guckin will be followed by Tommy Toll and Thomas Miller. 1-0 from Schmidt. And a liner hit to left field. It's sinking, and it will fall in for a base hit in front of Zach Schwarzenberger. Ryan Guckin collects what is now the third hit of the contest for Irish Hills, and they get their leadoff man on here in the top of the second inning. 2-0 Leprechauns. The batter now is Tommy Toll, who did not have an at-bat in last night's game, but did log some action at the second base position. Curveball downstairs, ball one. Tommy Toll has appeared in 16 prior games. No homers, 8 RBIs for Irish Hills. 11 for his first 52 at the plate. 1-0. At the knees, outside corner. Well executed by Schmidt for strike one. Throw over to first to check the base runner, and back in safely is Ryan Guckin. One fouled off at home by Toll. Might have gotten a piece of the inside of his ankle. A ball and 2 strikes. Almost night and day difference from yesterday's game to today's game. With the wind blowing, although it did blow last night too, but as strongly as it is here tonight, did not blow like that last night until later on in the game when the skies were menacing. 1-2. Fastball is grounded over to short. Stepping on the bag is Prater, throws to first, and that's a double play. That's as easy of a double play as you're going to get. Grounded right towards the second base bag. Prater was able to, with his momentum, move right to the second base bag to force Guckin. 6 unassisted. Guckin retired, and then Tommy Toll thrown out as well in the double play. Important twin killing for Logan Schmidt to try and build confidence. His team down 2-0 here in the second, and the bases are empty for Thomas Miller. Strike over the inside corner. 0-1 on Miller. Miller, the Leprechauns shortstop, also started at second base last night. .333 average, a homer, and 7 driven in. He'll roll one over to short. It's backhanded by Prater. High throw sails. And it goes off the, I believe that was the pad of the first base dugout. Thomas Miller was running it out, and that will be an E6 on the throw. It was grounded to such a position that it was going to be a tough play to make no matter what. And so Will Prater will pick up an error for the Monarchs. Prater now has 6 errors on the season. He ties Alex Lambo for the team lead. Inning continues with Noah Suarez of the Leprechauns. They're up 2. Fastball, ball 1, skips away from O'Keefe, and up to second base goes Thomas Miller. That's borderline wild pitch pass ball territory. We're going to go pass ball on that one. So a wild pitch in the first inning, which was very helpful to the Leprechauns, moving up runners. And now a pass ball here in the second inning puts a man in scoring position. Look towards second from Schmidt, the 1-0. And it's maybe a little low, maybe a touch in. 2-0. Schmidt's record stands at 0-1. His ERA is 5.53. This is his 5th appearance. He has started now 3 games this year. 13 prior innings, 15 Ks to 10 walks, and has allowed 13 hits. 2-0 is skipped in, ball 3. Way ahead is Noah Suarez, who grounded out in the first inning. His first time up. And now time will be called. Schmidt taking too long. Schmidt with a deep breath, and the Red Hawk comes home. And it's in, nope, strike 1. Noah Suarez, I think, started trekking towards first a little too quickly. And Stuart Hall will pull him back, calling a strike on him. 3-1. Nick to the inner edge of the plate. Schmidt comes home, pop up, heading foul back towards the fans. Off to the right of home, into diamond number 2, a 4-diamond complex, a beautiful facility here in Flat Rock, Michigan. Monarchs playing here now for the 5th straight season, full-time here at Flat Rock Field. 3-2 count on Noah Suarez. With the man at second, 2 outs in the second, 2-zip. Time call. Schmidt and Suarez both stepping off. Schmidt wants to get out of this half inning unscathed. We'll see if he can do it. 3-2, bounces in, ball 4. Blocked nicely by O'Keefe. But it's the second walk of the game for Logan Schmidt, and the inning will continue with Miller at second and Suarez at first. Now the batter is Gunnar Rainey. Singled and scored on an infield single in the first. By the way, any runs that would come in this inning would be unearned against Schmidt. The inning should have, in theory, ended on that ground ball by Thomas Miller, hit to short. The throwing error by Prater kept it going. Big breaker for strike 1 to Rainey. Over the inside corner, 0-1. Last appearance for Logan Schmidt came in the shellacking of Saginaw last Friday night here at Flat Rock Field. 27-8 final score that night, believe it or not. 0-1. And a fastball is hit off of the pitcher Schmidt, fielded, and no play for Will Prater. Got a piece of Schmidt, and that will be hit number 4 and the second of the inning. Not what you want to see, your pitcher taking one. So things just not quite panning out in this inning the way the Monarchs would like. Bases all of a sudden are loaded. 4 hits in the game for the Leprechauns. And now you have to deal with Max Mahone, who's already doubled the deep center tonight. Ball 1 in the dirt, 1-0. Schmidt tossed 3 innings in that win over the Sugar Beets last Friday. Faced 18, allowed 6 runs, 5 earned. 1-0, and there's a wave and a miss. Ball and a strike. 5 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. No decision for Schmidt in that appearance. His only decision was a loss back on June 15th here against the Steam. The break even. Inside corner strike to Max Mahone. Good fastball in there. Mahone crowns the plate. Ball and 2 strikes. Mahone, a built player, 6'2", 255 from Davis and Elkins College. 1-2. Downstairs. Even it up at 2. Mahone hails from Elkins, West Virginia, an upcoming senior. And he's had a great Great Lakes Summer League campaign. Second break even to the at-bat. Grounded hard to short. Prater bobbles. Has time, though. Throws to first and got Mahone by a couple steps. And the inning ends, although somewhat nervously for the Monarchs. No runs on 2 hits, an error, 3 left on in the second for Irish Hills. They may end up regretting this inning, hopefully, as they did not score with the bases loaded. Bottom of the second is next. Monarchs down to zip. This is your home for Monarchs baseball. Andrew Dyke will lead things off for the Monarchs in the bottom of the second. Leprechauns on the road in the lead, 2-0. Scott Grant's pitch is flown to deep right field, backing up on it. Pilot watching it go. It bounces off the top of the fence and out of here for a home run. Andrew Dyke, the University of Illinois Fighting Illini baseball member, does not take long to launch one over the fence. His 3rd home run of the season, RBI number 6, and he improves that 194 batting average. It's 2-1 here in the bottom of the second. Big swing from Andrew Dyke. Just what the doctor ordered. Second hit of the game for the Monarchs. And strike 1 into Casey O'Laughlin. 0-1. And now O'Laughlin rips one over to second base. Pellis will field and throw in time. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning.
From Austin Peay State University, the third baseman, number 12, Bobby Head.
Well, Andrew Dyke was battling a bit with the breeze, which is more blowing in towards home plate than towards the right field corner. And especially at this point in time, that was no cheapie of a shot. Bobby Head looks at ball 1 downstairs. Head hitting .222 with 5 RBIs. So that wind was doing its best to keep it in the ballpark, but didn't work out. Ball 2 low. And went off the padding and into the tree area behind the right center field fence. 2-0 comes in to Head and a little low. 3-0 count. 1 out, bottom 2, 2-1 Irish Hills. Head with the open stance from Austin Peay. 3-0 inside, ball 4. Second walk already for Scott Grant as he pitches here in the bottom of the second. Monarchs will bring the go-ahead run to the plate in the form of Zach Schwarzenberger. Schwarzenberger gets the start in left tonight, batting ninth in the order. And he squares to bunt, will pull back, and it's ball one outside. Schwarzenberger hitting .218, has an RBI this year. Facing the Albion College righty, 1-0. And he'll swing and foul one off. Well out of play to the left of home. A ball and a strike. Top of the order on deck for the Monarchs. Caleb Balgard waiting. Bobby Head with some speed at first. 1-1. Two-seamer tails outside. Good try, though, from Grant. 2-1. Scott Grant is from West Bloomfield, Michigan. And he just turned 20 back in May. Fastball, strike two. Knees outside corner. Even count at 2. Born May 10th of 98. So he's now almost exactly 2 months into his 20-year-old campaign. Schwarzenberger chases a changeup low, strike 3. Second out of the bottom of the second. Bobby Head still over there at first. A run in for the Monarchs. They're down 2-1. Here's Caleb Balgard. Infield single for Caleb. That came back in the first inning. He would later be stranded at second. The offering. Fastball high and away, ball one. Scott Grant's numbers, 0-2 record, 4.19 earned run average. Appearing in his 4th game of the season, all starts. 1-0. Flying ball hit towards center, moving towards the right center field alleyway. Suarez still going, and he will finally track it down. One-handed grab will end the bottom of the second. But the Monarchs start off the inning in a big way. Andrew Dyke launching a home run to right center field, and they get a run closer to the Monarchs. As we go to the third, it's Irish Hills 2 and Lake Erie 1. You are listening to Lake Erie Monarchs Baseball on monarchsradio.com. Tommy Pellis will have his second crack at it at the dish tonight. 2-1, Leprechauns leading the Monarchs as the third inning is set to begin. Pellis, Pilot, Parks. A lot of P's in there in this inning. Logan Schmidt's first one, and a fastball swing and a miss, strike one. Schmidt was able to get out of a bases-loaded situation in the second inning. What you are concerned about as you head to the third, the pitch count a little up there for Schmidt. This is number 50, and it's downstairs, 1-1. Tommy Pellis got Irish Hills on the board with a sac fly to right back in the first, driving in his 19th run of 2018. 1-1. And a chopper hit. Did that go foul? Yes, it did. Oh, boy. Very close to the line. Bobby Head was thinking about fielding it, and then he let it go past him. It was just to the left of the foul line. So smartly letting it go was Head. Ball and 2 strikes. Irish Hills once again in the visiting green jerseys with Irish Hills in white script across the front. Plain white numbers on the back. Stripes down the side and on the neck area. 1-2, check swing and a high fastball. Did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gray slacks for the Leprechauns. And many of them sporting the stirrups with white socks underneath. 2-2, rung him up. Strike 3. That's a great curveball from Logan Schmidt. First strikeout for Schmidt here today. We've seen 4 strikeouts now between the 2 pitchers through 2 1/3 full innings. First man down for Irish Hills in the third. Here comes Preston Pilot. And a fastball skips in and away from O'Keefe, 1-0. Pilot walked back in the first. Became the 3rd base runner in that inning. Pilot's stirrups a little different. Instead of all green, he has 3 white stripes on his. Irish Hills with the gray caps with a green lid, the logo on the front. The Leprechaun, 1-0 outside, and it's 2-0. Irish Hills became the 2nd team in Michigan to play in this league. 2-0 grounded over to third. Head has 1 play, his throw off line, but Balgard was in the baseline and got the tag down on Pilot. So bailing out Balgard there was Balgard. Head was bailed out by Balgard on a nice play. 2 outs, top 3, 2-1 Irish Hills. Here's Josh Parks. DH 0 for 1 with an air out to left. Schmidt's pitch. And a bender misses inside, ball 1. Schmidt faced 6 in each of the first 2 innings, looking for that first 1-2-3 frame. 1-0. And a chopper foul. 1-1 count on Parks. Ball slides past the first base coach and assistant coach Jordan Hanna. Dylan Hamilton at third base coach. He is the manager for Irish Hills in his first season. 1-1. And a curveball lined hard foul into the grandstands. Third base side, 1-2. And Dylan Hamilton was not initially the manager on opening day for the Leprechauns, their previous manager having to leave due to health issues. Dylan had to step in. 1-2 is a ground ball that's sinking down to the ground. Nice pick, backhand by Balgard. He'll go to the bag by himself. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the third for Logan Schmidt and the Lake Erie Monarchs. Middle of the third, Irish Hills 2, Lake Erie 1. You are listening to Monarchs Baseball. Scott Grant back to work in the third for Irish Hills. He's ready to go against Will Prater, Robert Bell, and Sean O'Keefe. Monarchs down a tally 2-1. Solo home run by Andrew Dyke in the second. The only run for the Monarchs today. First pitch to Prater, slaps a bunt on the third base line, but that will just carry foul. Great idea. Third baseman Tommy Toll not ready for it, but it rolled foul anyway for strike one. Hey fans, a reminder that the 2018 GL-SCL All-Star Game is at Prasco Park in Mason, Ohio, coming up in 11 days on Tuesday, July 17th. See future MLB stars today. Free admission, parking, and concessions also will be provided. So come on out to the GL-SCL All-Star Game, and we're waiting to hear the nominations on those. 0-1, soft chopper towards first, charging Mahone. It's his play to make. He'll go to the bag himself. And Prater is the first out in the bottom of the first. He's now 0 for 2 with the pop out, and that ground out to Mahone. One quick out for Scott Grant in the third. 2-1 Leprechauns. Robert Bell, the batter, he walked and was left at first in the first. Pitch. Fastball away for ball one. And another one. Foul tipped off of a mask behind home plate. It was either Guckins or Stuart Halls. Couldn't quite tell from our perspective right behind home plate. 1-1. Pitch to Bell. And a swing and a miss. Nice changeup. 1-2. The shadows now are encasing the third base line, at least the dugout is. 1-2 slides outside. Level count on Bell, 2-2. Mahone and Toll, the corner infielders guarding the lines. The pitch. And a ground ball hit over to second. Waiting on it, Pellis. And Robert Bell is out of there. 4-3, the ground out. 2 up, 2 down, bottom 3. Monarchs trailing 2-1. Here's Sean O'Keefe, strikeout victim of Scott Grant's back in the first inning. Grant coming into tonight's action, thrown 19 and a third innings. Here's a scorcher foul on a line down the first base line, 0-1. 11 strikeouts, 4 walks, has permitted 19 hits through his prior 3 starts. Scott Grant has lost his last 2 starts. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt, strike 2 on O'Keefe. But even if Grant has fallen short and taken the loss in these games, he has thrown at least 6 innings in each of his first 3 starts. Ball to O'Keefe, 1-2. And the last start came last Friday at home against the Green Giants. 5-0 win for St. Clair that night. 0-1-2. Rung him up. Inside corner breaking ball that O'Keefe couldn't pull the trigger on. And that will do it for the Monarchs in a 1-2-3 bottom of the third. 4 Ks now for Scott Grant. Leprechauns take a 2-1 lead to the fourth. This is Monarchs baseball. Fourth inning is upon us here at Flat Rock Field. What a pristine day it was, and now evening for baseball. Irish Hills Leprechauns and Lake Erie Monarchs wrapping up their first of what will be 2 series here in 2018 during the regular season. Irish Hills grabbing the first victory last night, 8-6, and they're in the lead 2-1 here in the fourth. Kevin Peel here with you. Thanks so much for joining us. Curveball inside, ball 1 to Ryan Guckin, who starts off things in the 7th. Bottom 3 in the order for the Leprechauns. 1-0 from Logan Schmidt, and popped up foul. Well out of play to the right side, 1-1 on Guckin, who singled in the second inning. So he's 1 for 1 today. He is one of 4 Irish Hills knocks. 1-1. And it's downstairs. 2-1. Irish Hills at this point with 2 runs on 4 hits. They have no errors, and they've left 4 on base already. 2-1 in on the hands and fouled off. 2-2 on Guckin. Monarchs with a run on 2 hits, a defensive miscue, and 3 left on base. The break even. Curveball, grounded over to short, charging. Another tough play for Prater. Balgard tries to dig it out of there and just can't quite stretch to make the play. Infield single, 5th hit of the night for the Irish Hills Leprechauns. I feel like Will Prater's had a lot of tough plays to try and make today. Irish Hills putting it in the right spots to make things difficult. Now a bunt shown and fouled off to the left of home by Tommy Toll. No balls and a strike. Toll grounded into a double play back in the second inning. We're in the top of the 4th. Irish Hills has their leadoff man on in front 2-1. Second time the leadoff man has been on for Irish Hills today. 0-1, another bunt. This one's a beauty down the third base line. O'Keefe throws, stumbles. And that'll be an infield single for Tommy Toll. And O'Keefe getting up a little slowly here. Oh, what a bad break. Cleat just slipped down from under him, and he could not make a throw attempt to first base. So give Toll an infield single on the bunt. But also give Toll a lot of credit. That was perfectly executed. And so the Irish Hills Leprechauns have 2 hits in the inning, 6 for the game, and are really putting the pressure on Schmidt and the Monarchs in the 4th, already up a run. Here's Thomas Miller. Miller will bunt down the first base line. That one rolling, and it's fair. They call it fair. Schmidt thought he picked it up in foul ground. He did not. It's another bunt single. 2 straight bunt singles for Irish Hills to load the bases.
Number 19.
Oh, heavens.
Noah Suarez, number 19.
Wow, what an intriguing start to the 4th. 7 hits now for Irish Hills. And they're doing it with small ball. Now here's Noah Suarez, who's already homered once in this series last night. Fastball outside, ball 1. Suarez, to start off today's game, has grounded out and walked. 2-1 Leprechauns, but the sacks are full with nobody out here in the 4th. 1-0 from Schmidt, and a breaker is over the outside corner, make it 1-1. Schmidt got out of a bases-loaded jam in the 2nd, followed it up with a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd. Now the heat's on here in the 4th. 1-1, check swing on a curveball. It was downstairs, and Suarez did not go. 2-1. Middle infielders playing for the ground ball, double play ball, and the corner infielders cheating up just a little bit. A 2-1. Missed the lower part of the zone by just a smidge. 3-1. Suarez, the level stance. Deep breath from Schmidt. Needs to take a couple of those. The pitch just grabbed the outside corner with a fastball at the knees. Fill it up on Suarez. Suarez from Salem International University, hailing from Newton Falls, Ohio. Payoff. Low and in, ball 4. In comes a run, and Irish Hills has extended their lead to 3-1 here in the top of the 4th. Noah Suarez forcing in a run with patience at the plate. RBI number 4 of the season for him. And now Bradley Merritt will come out and have a quick word with his pitcher Logan Schmidt, who has struggled through 3+ innings here tonight. Hey fans, want to keep in touch with your favorite baseball team? Head on over to LakeErieMonarchs.com. You'll see recaps. Also, a link to our YouTube page, which has highlights, full games on there, and much, much more. You can also see upcoming schedules. LakeErieMonarchs.com, your home for your favorite baseball team. And also, don't forget to follow the Monarchs at GLL_Monarchs on Twitter, Lake Erie Monarchs also on Facebook. Suarez walks with the bases loaded to bring in a run. 3-1 Irish Hills in the 4th. Nobody out. Gunnar Rainey swings, grounds one up the middle. It's stopped by Lambo, who get one out at second. Throw to first, double play. And Gunnar Rainey is gunned down. That may have gotten a piece of Schmidt's glove. It just got past him. So at this point, we're going to say 1-4-6-3 double play. Boy, that was a gem, though, by Alex Lambo. Somehow keeps it on the infield, and they get a double play of Gunnar Rainey. In the process, though, a run does come in. Now Mahone will swing and ground one foul down the third baseline. 0-1. So Irish Hills with another 2 spot. It comes here in the top of the 4th. Their advantage is 4-1. Man at third is Thomas Miller. And Mahone will look at strike 2. Mahone today with a double, a run scored in the 1st, and a ground out in the 2nd. So a double for 2. Way ahead is Schmidt. Here's his 0-2. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets Mahone to chase. That's strikeout number 2 for Logan Schmidt. And he does get out of the inning, but not unscathed. 2 runs on 3 hits, a walk, no errors, and 1 left. Bottom of the 4th is next. Monarchs now trailing by a count of 4-1. You are listening to Lake Erie Monarchs Baseball on monarchsradio.com. Monarchs need some runs. Down 4-1 as the bottom of the 4th inning is set to commence with Alex Lambo in the right-handed batter's box against Scott Grant. The righty deals, and here's a pop-up It's heading foul out of play right behind home, and it's heading near the fencing behind home and actually goes on top of it. No balls and a strike. Our statistician, Brendan Molnar, and our PA guy, Jacob Poverman, were out there ready to duck and get out of the way. Preston Baker, the scoreboard keeper as well, in the area. No one's harmed, and everyone would have gotten out of the way in time anyway. 0-1, a ground ball to the left side. Nice play by Toll to keep it on the infield. His sling across the diamond is true. 5-3 put out of Lambo. That's the beginning of the bottom of the third. Lambo now 0 for 2 tonight. Here's Andrew Dyke. Dyke has provided the only offense for the Monarchs here today. Solo homer to right center, his third of the year. That came back in the second inning to lead off the frame. 4-1 Leprechauns. They're out hitting the Monarchs 7-2. Fastball at the knees for strike one. Scott Grant will work quickly, and a chopper hit towards short, almost cut off by Toll. Instead, lets it go to Miller. Throws across, off balance, and got him. Now the left side of the infield showing off for the Leprechauns. Thomas Miller makes that tough play look easy, throwing out Dyke. Takes just 4 pitches to get 2 outs for Scott Grant here in the bottom of the fourth in a 4-1 game. Casey O'Laughlin next up, rolled out to second in his first at bat. He's swinging right away and fouls it off for third base side, 0-1. We're past the halfway point in this homestand for the Monarchs. 0-1 grounded. Thomas Miller can't stop it as it takes a bad hop and goes over his glove and into shallow center field. Base hit for Casey O'Laughlin. And the Monarchs get hit number 3 with 2 down in the fourth. That puts a runner at first. And now Bobby Head will have a chance. Head walked his first time up. Some of the dust behind home being stirred by the strong breeze. Head with a high chopper towards Tommy Miller, who has to charge again. He'll have plenty of time to throw down Head, who looked like he injured himself on the way down to first as he pulled up, trying to run out that chopper to short, and Head actually is down near the first base bag in a lot of pain. He was gripping the back of his right thigh, which is troublesome. The training staff out there, they're going to have a look at him. And we wish the best here for Bobby Head and the Monarchs. The Monarchs get a 2-out single from Casey O'Laughlin in the fourth, but do not score. Fifth inning is coming up shortly, and the Monarchs trail it 4-1. You are listening to Lake Erie Monarchs Baseball. Top 5 here at Flat Rock Field in Flat Rock, Michigan. Irish Hills leading Lake Erie 4-1. We kind of turn our concern to Bobby Head, who pulled up, gripping his hamstring as he was trying to run out a ground ball to end the bottom of the 4th inning, and was escorted off. If you were watching it, escorted off by the trainer, was able to put a little pressure. Strike one into Tommy Pellis, begins the 5th inning. Logan Schmidt still on the mound. A sac fly and a strikeout for Pellis today. Middle of the order due up for Irish Hills. Bender's low and away for ball 1. So he was helped off the field, was able to put a little pressure on it, but still a big concern. Bobby Head from Winter Garden, Florida, upcoming sophomore at Austin Peay University in Tennessee. Curveball inside, 2-1 on Pellis. And the 2-1 fastball, knees outside corner, 2-2. So we'll keep you updated on how Bobby Head is faring as we go along. Probably won't have an update for you until maybe tomorrow night's game. 2-2, a chopper hit towards third. The new third baseman, Lambo, spears it, throws across, and got him by a step. Well done by Lambo. And Pellis is the initial out here in the 5th. So Lambo moves over to third from second base, and Kelby Weiler will enter the game. Rice Owl, formerly a Rice Owl, now Lamar University Cardinal. Curveball at the knee, strike one to Preston Pilot. A walk and a ground out for him today. 4-1 Leprechauns in the 5th. Logan Schmidt's pitch. Chopper off home plate, that will go foul near the first base dugout. Fielded by a Leprechaun, no balls and 2 strikes. Kelby Weiler into the 8th spot in the order for Bobby Head, and he'll play second. 0-2. Hard grounder. That will go to the right of the first base line, fielded by Balgard in foul ground. Still 0-2 on Pilot. As we get going here in this top of the 5th, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, see what's going on. We do have one final from earlier, as Galleon's hosting a doubleheader today. 0-2 fastball downstairs, first ball of the at-bat to Pilot. Graders with the win, 4-1 over the Richmond Jazz. They improved that record to 10-11. They are 6 back, though, of Southern Ohio and Cincinnati in the South. And Richmond falls to 9-13, 7.5 back. 1-2 misses the zone, and it's now even, 2-2 on Pilot. The other game set to begin in about 15 minutes down in Galleon. 2-2. And in on the hands, a little corker into foul ground that's caught by O'Keefe. To the left of home. First 2 men down for Irish Hills here in the 5th, ahead 3 runs. And that'll bring up Josh Parks, who's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out today. Graders had the day off after getting swept by the Leprechauns or the Monarchs in a 2-game series, Tuesday, Wednesday here at Flat Rock Field. Didn't play last night. Swing and a miss by Parks, 0-1. And they've come out strong today. Other games going on, bottom 4 in Muskegon. The Clippers lead the Saginaw Sugar Beets 4-1. Cincinnati Steam handling the Licking County Settlers early on. Bottom 4, it's 5-1 there in Newark. 0-1 is a fly ball hit well foul, kind of by the concession stand in the corner. No balls and 2 strikes. And the other division leaders, Southern Ohio, looking for their 3rd straight win over Xenia. Top 4, 6-0 Copperheads in front of the Scouts. Chopper foul, right of home. 0-2. Mariners and Green Giants engaging each other in Tecumseh, Ontario, across the border. No score. They've played 3.5. Of course, 4-1 Leprechauns here in Flat Rock. 0-2 pitch. Fastball downstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And when you look at that South Division, Southern Ohio 16-5 to start the season. Cincinnati 17-6. 1-2. Outside, and it's 2-2. So you think, okay, both teams are 11 over 500, but technically it's going to go by percentage in that division because Southern Ohio had a rainout against the Monarchs. 2-2 off high fly ball drilled to right field. Dyke backing up, can't find it, and now it'll drop in. He was battling the sun. It dropped just short of the track. Into second base goes Joshua Parks with a double, bit of a fluke one, but nonetheless a double. Dyke just lost it in the sun, and I don't know if he was playing a touch in than what he normally would be playing or if he just flat out lost it. But in any case, Joshua Parks will collect his 7th double of the season and increase that 266 batting average coming in. 2-out base runner for the Leprechauns. They have 8 hits now and a 4-1 lead. Pitch to Ryan Guckin on the way. Grounder over towards Prater at short. Charges, throws on target to first. And that will do it in the top of the 5th. Logan Schmidt able to work around a 2-out double. We are halfway home here at Flat Rock Field. Bottom of the 5th is next. Leprechauns 4, Monarchs 1. This is Monarchs Baseball. (9-1-2) in the Monarchs batting order. Bottom half of the 5th set to begin. Scott Grant comes home. Ground ball hit right to Mahone. It gets right between his legs and down into right field. Now coming to chase it down is Pilot. He guns to second, and Schwarzenberger's safe on what is a 2-base error. It was a hard hit ground ball and one that should have been fielded by Mahone. He was right in front of it in position to make a play. It skipped into right field, and Schwarzenberger was able to get all the way to second. That's a very nice start to the bottom of the 5th for the Monarchs. Just their 2nd base runner to get past first base here through 4+ innings. Of course, that's not counting the home run by Dyke back in the 2nd. And now Balgard lifts one to center. Suarez coming in and to his left will reach up and make the catch. So Balgard retired quickly. He now has aired out to right center 2 straight times. He had an infield single back in the 1st.
Carolina University, the shortstop, number 5, Will Prater.
Will Prater gets his introduction. 1 down, bottom 5. Leprechauns 4, Monarchs 1. Will Prater 0 for 2 start to the game. Grounded out in the 3rd, popped out to 3rd in foul territory in the 1st inning. Prater looking in at Grant. And Grant deals strike one over the outside corner. Grant has been as slick as his hair tonight. He has been fantastic. 55 pitches or 4 innings. And a pop-up left field line. Rainey charging, still coming, and it will drop foul just to the left of the foul line. Very close to dropping in, but the breeze was attempting to aid it, but it did not quite fall in fair territory. So Prater will come back to the left-handed batter's box, and we'll look at an 0-2 pitch next from Scott Grant. Grant has been an innings hog despite that 0-2 record and that ERA not quite where he would like, well over 4 coming into the start. 6 innings twice, 7 1/3 innings once. 0-2 at the belt, outer half, strike 3, down goes Prater. Grant's first strikeout since the third, and he's up to 5 for the contest. Robert Bell is the Monarchs' last hope in the home half of the 5th. 4-1 advantage for the visiting team, the Leprechauns. Bell 0 for 1 with a walk. That came back in the first. Change up outside, ball 1. The man at second base is Zach Schwarzenberger. He got on via a 2-base error. A ground ball that Max Mahone could not settle down at first. 1-0. High and outside. 2-0 on Robert Bell. The hero of the game 2 nights ago, the series finale against Galleon, the walk-off single. Of course, a week ago, one of the best nights of his life. 2 home runs and an RBI single. 2-0 popped up well out of play foul to the left of home, 2-1. Those 2 home runs, they weren't solo shots, and they weren't cheapies either. One, a grand slam, and the other one, a 3-run blast. Of course, the Monarchs had that 17-run bottom of the 5th last Friday night, and that has not been surpassed by any team in this league. 2-1 is a ball lifted just into shallow left center. Miller puts it away. Out number 3, and down go the Monarchs in the bottom of the 5th. They get a man on via an error, but Schwarzenberger doesn't get past second. It's time for the 6th inning here at Flat Rock Field, and the Monarchs are down 4-1. You're listening to Monarchs Baseball. Monarchs down 4-1 as the 6th inning begins. Tommy Toll looks at strike 1. Ground out an infield single for him today. Down and away, ball 1 from Logan Schmidt. Schmidt approaching 100 pitches 62 strikes, 36 balls. He's at 98 right now. And the 1-1 is over the inside corner for a strike to Toll, 1-2. Toll grounded into a twin killing in the second, an infield single, and scored in the fourth. And it's down and in. 2-2. Tommy Toll scored on the double play hit into by Gunnar Rainey. 2-2 outside and low. Full count here on Toll. Monarchs in a similar situation to what they were last night. 3-2 outside, ball 4. And Toll is able to coax a walk.
The shortstop, number 4, Thomas Miller. Number
4 walks today for Logan Schmidt. He's now over the 100 mark. And Brad Merritt talked a little bit about it here on the pregame show today. Monarchs just strapped for arms right now. Kyle Bischoff not here tonight with the team. Evan Floor has been sick for the past couple days, trying to throw over there his Toll. In fact, ear infection, high fever, still at 101 today, and it was higher yesterday. So he has not been able to play or even come to the park. Another throw over to first, a little closer play, but Dave Archer calls Tommy Toll safe. No outs, top of the 6th, 4-1 Leprechauns. Thomas Miller has been on base twice, reaching on an error and singling today. Ball 1 misses the mark outside, 1-0. So last night, Brody Heil had to go a little longer than Brad Merritt, and the Monarchs would have liked. 1-0 is upstairs, 2-0 on Miller. Heil threw over 100 pitches last night, 107. 2-0 is downstairs, 3-0. But when Heil came back out in the 6th inning, it was a 4-4 game. And with the lack of arms, Monarchs felt like they needed to put him back out there and get 3 more outs out of him. 3-0, well, outside, ball 4, and Schmidt might be getting tired. That's the second straight walk here to begin the inning. Monarchs don't want to go down any further than they are now, and here comes Brad Merritt.
Number 19.
Pitch counts at 106. Man has been warming up for the Monarchs, and I would think this is going to have to be it for Logan Schmidt. As Brad Merritt is out there for the second time in this inning. The infield is in on the mound, having a word. A righty up and tossing for Lake Erie. Keegan Watson had to log some innings last night because of the lack of arms. Watson was able to throw 2, and he allowed just 1 run. Schmidt's going to stay out here for 1 more at bat, at least. First 2 men have reached in the 6th. Leprechauns in front, 4-1. And now the top of the order he'll have to deal with. It's Noah Suarez, who's walked his last 2 times up, including with the bases loaded back in the 4th, which forced in a run. Grounded out in the 1st. His only official at bat tonight. First offering on the way. Fastball, knee-high strike. 0-1 on Noah Suarez. What a night Suarez had last night. He was on base 4 times, had the solo homer in the 1st that really set the pace for the entire game. And the Monarchs were chasing from the get-go in the opener. Schmidt looks towards second. Another look. And an 0-1. Skips in. Blocked by O'Keefe. 1-1. Suarez would also walk twice, single once. Was retired twice last night. But he scored 3 runs and helped Irish Hills more than help them triumph 8-6. 1-1. A little inside and low. And it's 2-1. 10 balls in the inning to just 3 strikes for Logan Schmidt. Trying to get his way through. The righty was not quite ready in the bullpen. 2-1, a chopper over to third. Charging and going to the bag is Lambo. Throw across. Did they get him? No, they didn't. He's safe. Would have been a fantastic double play, though, if Lambo could have forced it. Fielder's choice.
The left fielder, number 2.
Tommy
Gunnar
Toll, the lead
Olin.
runner, is out 5 unassisted on the play. Suarez will be at first. Thomas Miller takes Toll's place at second. And now Gunnar Rainey, as it appears Schmidt has earned himself another at-bat. 2 singles and a ground into a double play for Miller. Rainey tonight. Fouled away, in the air, and well off to the first base side. 0-1. Leprechauns with runners at first and second, 1 out in the 6th, ahead 4-1. Number 2 hitter in the lineup against Logan Schmidt. 0-1. Ground ball, that will get through for a base hit. Getting the wave as the base runner. Coming home is Schwarzenberger, and he will not make a throw to the plate. It's cut off by Lambo. RBI single by Gunnar Rainey, driving in his first run of the night and his 13th run of the season. And Irish Hills is in front 5-1. Can they get any more out of Schmidt, or is this it? 5 runs on 9 hits now for the Leprechauns, and now the plug will be pulled on Logan Schmidt here in the top of the 6th. With the Monarchs down 4, new right-hander set to come in. Gutsy effort from Schmidt tonight. Able to go 5 1/3. Gave it his all, but that's all he can do tonight. New pitcher coming on. We'll let you know who it is in just a moment. Monarchs trailing now by 4. The most runs they've been down in this game, 5-1. This is Monarchs Baseball. We're 4 batters in here to the top of the 6th inning. Irish Hills has added on a tally. Their advantage is 5-1. And the new pitcher is Nathan Haw from the University of Toledo. Second pitcher of the night, relieving Logan Schmidt. And the pitch to Max Mahone, a slider that stays up and away, ball 1. Mahone 1 for 3 tonight, double and a run scored. He also grounded out and struck out. Haw looks towards second, his 1-0. And turns Mahone away from strike one over the inside corner, 1-1. Logan Schmidt's line not complete at this point, but he has allowed 5 runs. All of them earned to this point. 1-1 over the inside corner. Make it 1-2. The lone Monarchs error came in what was a scoreless top of the second. 1-2, and a bender swing and a miss, and Nathan Haw able to get a punch out right away to collect the second. Irish Hills Leprechauns out here in the 6th. Rainey at first, Suarez at second. 5-1 Irish Hills. Here's Tommy Pellis, cleanup man, 0 for 2 with a sac fly back in the first. Grounded out to begin the 5th inning. And this one skips in for a ball, and that will be a wild pitch enabling Suarez and Rainey to move up 90 feet. Was blocked at the plate, but it was in the dirt initially. Want to know count on Tommy Pellis. Logan Schmidt ties Lane Schnitz Paxton's season-high pitch count here today. 1-0 called strike over the outside corner, 1-1. 112 pitches through 5 1/3 innings for Schmidt. Faced 29, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, 9 hits yielded. 5 earned runs at the moment and 1 wild pitch. Strike over the outside edge, 1-2 to Tommy Pellis. And so he gives way to Nathan Haw here in the 6th. And Haw has already collected 1 out, looking to get another one. To get out of the frame unscathed. 1-2, a chopper hit towards Lambo. Tough pick, and he bobbles it, and no play will be made. Well, that's going to be a borderline hit or an error. It was tough to judge. And they're going to give Lambo an E5. So that'll be an unearned run to come in against Logan Schmidt. Coming in on the play was Suarez. Runners at first and third now with 2 outs. 6-1 the advantage. And ball 1 to Preston Pilot. Walk, ground out, and a pop out for him today. Fastball over the outside edge. 1-1 now on Pilot. Well, whether it's a hit or an error, it doesn't matter. A run able to score on the play. 1-1. Breaker for a strike. 1-2. So that permits an inherited runner to come in against Nathan Haw. 3-2 spots now in the game. 1-2. And a curveball banged on the ground to Weiler. He will flip to second to force Pellis. And that does it in the top of the 6th. But 2 more runs come in for Irish Hills. Their lead is 6-1 heading to the bottom of the 6th. This is Monarchs Baseball. Sean O'Keefe leads things off, bottom of the 6th. 6-1 the score. Leprechauns in the lead. Foul ball back to the screen. Makes it no balls and 1 strike. 6 runs on 9 hits, an error for Irish Hills to this point, and they've stranded 8 on base. 0-1 is taken for strike 2. O'Keefe with 2 strikeouts in this game. Monarchs have 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors, and they have left 5 on. And there's another swing and a miss. Rough night for Sean O'Keefe, as he has the golden sombrero with 3 strikeouts. First man down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Alex Lambo with a strikeout and a ground out in the game. 6-1, Lake Erie trailing in Game 4 of this 6-game homestand. Now Lambo puts a line drive towards the alleyway, and a catch is not made, almost made by Pilot, but it drops down to the ground, and Lambo's into second with a 1-out double. Great effort from Pilot, the right fielder. Made a diving attempt to get it, but just couldn't quite haul it in. Lambo with his 7th double of the season now for the Monarchs, and he is 1 for 3 in the game. So here's Andrew Dyke. Homer and a ground out for Dyke in the game. 6-1 Irish Hills in front. And the pitch is fouled off at home plate. Strike 1 on Andrew Dyke. That home run went off the top of the fence and out of here. Closed the Monarchs to within 2-1. But since the 4th inning started, when Irish Hills got 2 runs, that's as close as the Monarchs have gotten. Rough night offensively. 0-1, a hanging breaking ball is grounded back to the screen by Dyke. Nothing in 2. So we do have that final line on Schmidt now. The error charge to Lambo means that Schmidt has allowed 6 runs, but only 5 of them earned in the contest. And the 0-2, and a liner will sink just to the right of the first baseline. Foul. No balls and 2 strikes. And it was a tough one to judge. It was a borderline play, a ball that Lambo probably could have fielded, though, and thrown on to first in time. So that's the ruling on that play. Another 0-2 to Andrew Dyke is about to come from Scott Grant. Fastball high. 1-2. Grant is rolling to this point. 72 pitches. He has been shutting down the Monarchs, holding them to 3 hits. 4 hits make it. 1 of those in this inning. Dyke puts one to left center field, and it's falling fast for a base hit. Getting the wave is Lambo. He's coming home. Andrew Dyke is responsible for both Monarchs runs in this game. An RBI single, driving in his 7th run of the season. Monarchs get one back, and it's 6-2 now in the bottom of the 6th. Hit number 5 for Lake Erie. Don't quite sleep on him yet. Just a 4-run game. It feels much more than that, though. Feels much more. But you never know. Casey O'Loughlin squares to bunt, pulls back, ball 1. O'Loughlin with a single and a ground out today. Monarchs trying to put chinks in the armor of Grant. You don't have to get them all back right away, but have to start producing, and they've done that here in the 6th with 2 hits and a run. 1-0 as a liner back to the screen. Make it a ball and a strike on O'Loughlin. Shadows across almost the entire diamond now as it goes into darkness. There's a little strip of light out near second base where Pellis is standing. 1-1 breaking ball outside, 2-1. Bottom of the 6th, and a 6-2 game. Andrew Dyke is at first. Dyke's just trying to do it all himself tonight. 2-1. Fastball low. 3-1. Maybe Grant's losing the edge a little bit that he had through his first 5 innings. Irish Hills had to get an inning and a third out of Granzato and 2 1/3 out of Calipetro last night. Pitch downstairs, ball 4. Dyke to second, O'Loughlin to first on the free pass. 3 straight Monarchs have gotten on base. The score is 6-2. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The run is in for the Monarchs and 2 men on. Now Kelby Weiler will bat for the first time here tonight after replacing Bobby Head in the 5th. Head had to exit the game with what appeared to be a hamstring injury. We'll keep you updated on that. We don't have official word. Weiler's numbers on the year, as he swings and misses at strike 1. 218 average, 10 RBIs. One of 4 Monarchs to have double-digit RBIs on this team. Turning into a bit of a chilly evening after a very comfortable day. 0-1 line, but right at short for the out. Now is Dyke doubled off? No, he's not. He's safe. Boy, that was close, though. Kelby Weiler lines out. Hit it pretty hard, but right at Thomas Miller. And that results in the second out of the frame. Dyke back to second, O'Loughlin at first. Zach Schwarzenberger, the Monarchs' last hope here in the bottom of the 6th, down 6-2. Strikeout and getting on via an error in his last at-bat was Schwarzenberger in the 5th. Scott Grant's pitch. Curveball tapped very gently. Foul, straight back behind home. No balls and a strike. With the wind blowing in at us, the effect of it being 81 degrees didn't really seem like that at game time. Definitely a few degrees cooler now. 0-1 curveball stays up above the belt. 1-1. O'Loughlin and Dyke just looking for an opportunity to take off. The 1-1. High fastball. Schwarzenberger chased for strike 2. Schwartzy had an opportunity to bat for the second time against Austin Calipetro last night in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs and the tying run at second base. 1-2, rung him up, strike 3. But he was pinch hit for and did not see his college teammate again. Second strikeout for Grant in the inning. He's up to 7, and we are through 6. Monarchs get a run back on the ribby single by Andrew Dyke, but they trail 6-2 as we move to the 7th. This is your home for Monarchs baseball. Strike one into Josh Parks to start the 7th inning. Nathan Haw back to work, and a foul ball is hit to make it 0-2. Parks with a fly out, a ground out, and a double here in this game, 1 for 3. Irish Hills out hitting the Monarchs 9-5 and leading on the scoreboard 6-2. We're here in the 7th inning. Kevin Peel with you. 0-2, lined and over the head of Will Prater, who wanted to jump for it but knew he wasn't going to get it. Lined right over his head into left center field. Hit number 10 for Irish Hills in the game. And that's the start here in the top of the 7th. Irish Hills last night with 12 hits. Scored 8 runs, outlasted the Monarchs, although this game has been much different. Strike into Guckin, 0-1. Ryan Guckin with a couple of singles and a ground out. Run scored in the 4th for Guckin. 0-1, and runner takes off, but it's a foul ball, aired into diamond number 2, off to Guckin's right. No balls, 2 strikes. Lake Erie Monarchs still have 2 more games on the homestand coming up tomorrow and Sunday against the Hamilton Joes. 7:05 start here at Flat Rock Field tomorrow. Special 5:35 start on Sunday. Special because it's different than 7:05. Jim DeSena may have some ideas for some fence to drag the fans to the ballpark, though. Fastball outside, 1-2 to Guckin. Had a good turnout, though, on this homestand. Got the rivalry going between the Leprechauns and the Monarchs. Leprechauns have bested them so far, though. Another foul ball heading well off to the right. Still 1-2 on Guckin. Nathan Haw faced 3 in the top of the 6th. Struck out 1. Almost got out of the inning, but an error by Lambo kept it going and scored another run. Then he got a ground ball from Preston Pilot to get out of things. Another 1-2, and there's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Staying at first is Josh Parks, and there's now 1 out here in the top of the 7th. 6-2 the score. Haw, 6'2", 198 pounds from the University of Toledo. Upcoming sophomore there. And the pitch, fastball outside, ball 1. Throw down to second, the tag, and not in time. Safe. Stolen base for Josh Parks. Start off this at bat. It's strike 1 to Toll. Josh Parks now on the season is 5 for 6 stolen base attempts. Strike 2. Nope, it is 1-1. Okay, that first pitch was a ball. Now it's 1-1 on Tommy Toll. On base twice. Singled and scored in the 4th. Walked in the 6th. Grounded into a double play in the 2nd. Liner foul. Back to the screen. Ball and 2 strikes. So Parks in scoring position as the Leprechauns look to add on. Nathan Haw is from Northwest Ohio powerhouse program Anthony Wayne High School. Made it to the state title game this past year. Fastball misses down low, 2-2. Under head coach Mark Nell. He is a genius, a long-time coach. Great gentleman. Great to see him and his program get that far. 2-2 low and inside, and filled up on Toll. Had the opportunity to see a couple Generals games this year. I haven't quite been able to talk to Nathan about his connection, which still has to be strong to the program, but they really took a step forward this year. 3-2, and ball 4 inside as Haw missed with a slider. Second base runner of the inning. Parks at second, Toll at first with 1 down in the away half of the 7th. Leprechauns 6, Monarchs 2. Thomas Miller, the next batter, and he's been busy. Rishaw and Air in the 2nd, singled on a bunt in the 4th, walked and scored in the 6th. He's been active at the bottom of this Irish Hills order. And fastball misses the mark inside, 1-0. Thomas Miller in that last series against Muskegon, which was last weekend. Irish Hills did not play this week, Monday through Wednesday. They got off to a little earlier start here this season. 1-0, misses down low, throw down. O'Keefe checking the base runner. And he's back in safely. His toll 2-0. Miller hit a pinch hit grand slam against the Clippers to help propel them to a victory in one of those games. They swept Muskegon. They split with St. Clair the series before. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. It's not stopped by the shortstop Prater. It's into center field. Trucking home is Josh Parks. Throw is late. And they get the run back to the Leprechauns here in the 7th on an RBI single by Thomas Miller. 7-2 the score. Leprechauns in the lead. That's hit number 11 for Irish Hills.
Suarez, number 19.
And for Miller, he's up to 8 RBIs on the season now. He has been a thorn in the side of the Monarchs. Now Noah Suarez. He's been a tough out all series. Looks at strike one over the outer half. Josh Parks scoring that run a moment ago. Tommy Toll is at second base and Miller's at first. 0-1 to Noah. And a slider back to the screen, 0-2. Suarez today, 2 walks, 1 with the bases loaded in the 4th. He also rolled into a fielder's choice in the 6th. Ground out his first at bat to start the game. And strike 3. Taking was Noah Suarez on a low breaking ball.
The left fielder, number
Nathan
2,
Haw collects his second strikeout of the inning and third of the night. Monarchs now up to 5 in that category. Irish Hills has added a lead in the 7th. They're in the lead 7-2. Now Gunnar Rainey. 3 single night for Rainey. Foul ball out of play, 0-1. 2 infield singles in the 1st and the 2nd, showing off his speed. The only time he was set down was on that great double play made by Lambo, who was diving to his right near second base to stop the baseball with the bases loaded. 0-1, strike taken, 2 strike count. A run did come in on that play as Tommy Toll scored from third, but it neutralized and minimized the damage, I guess is the better word there. And that was the last run Irish Hills would score. 0-2, ground ball over to short. Prater bobbles. Does he have time to throw him out? He does not, and the runner's safe. Gunnar Rainey will reach on an error.
The first baseman, number 20, Max.
Error number 3 for the Monarchs. One that Prater was in front of and probably should have made the play on. Rough night in the field for the Monarchs with 3 errors. Gunnar Rainey now on for the 4th time. And the Monarchs will have to deal with Max Mahone in a 7-2 game. Mahone, a 1-for-4 start to this game tonight. Ball 1 low. Doubled in the 1st did Mahone. He would score later on a wild pitch to put Irish Hills up 2-0 at the time. 1-0. Curveball and tight. 2-0. Monarchs will have a non-division opponent coming in next in Hamilton. 2-0. Fastball. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. Two 1 to Mahone is downstairs, and it's now 3-1. Licking County Settlers coming to Adrian to start a 2-game series Saturday and Sunday, tomorrow and Sunday. 3-1 hit deep to center field, backing up O'Laughlin. He's on the warning track near the fence and makes the catch. Boy, Max Mahone hit that one a long way to the wrong part of the ballpark, and if the wind wasn't blowing in, too, that had a chance to leave. So for the second time tonight, Irish Hills will leave them loaded, but they do add a run on the RBI knock by Thomas Miller. We're at stretch time. Lake Erie trails it 7-2. You're listening to Monarchs Baseball. A fantastic night for Scott Grant, but his night has come to a close. Irish Hills with a nice lead, 7-2, as the bottom of the seventh is beginning, with Caleb Balgard against a new pitcher, Max Labrato. Labrato ready, working from the stretch. His first one, a slider outside for ball one. So the final numbers today on Scott Grant: 6 innings of work, allowed 2 earned runs, 1-0, and Balgard with a number to third. Toll has it. Throw across in time. Out number 1, just like that. And Caleb Balgard now 1 for 4 with a single way back in the first. 1 up, 1 down, bottom 7, 7-2 Leprechauns. Here's Will Prater, 0 for 3 so far. The pop out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Grant faced the order 3 times, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, 5 hits, 84 pitches. Ball to Will Prater, a little high, 1-0. So Grant is in line for his first victory of the season. 1-0. And a pop-up. Heading out of play, it appears Toll near the wall and almost reached over and made a grab. He is made a nice play near that fence already today, making the catch while he was moving towards the wall, went halfway over, and was still able to hold on to the baseball. That might have been in Will Prater's at bat. It was back in the first, in fact, for the first down in that inning. 1-1. Prater off the end of the bat. A little liner will fall down in left field for a base knock. Just off the end of the bat. But Prater placed it nicely. 6th hit for the Monarchs, his first hit of the night. Monarchs looking for runs, and a lot of them in the bottom of the 7th, down 7-2. Now Robert Bell with another chance. 0 for 2 tonight is Bell with a walk. Max Lebrano digging his left foot into the dirt, and he comes home. There's a wave and a miss. Strike one. Max Lebrano wearing number 25, 6'4", 190-pound right-hander from Oakland University. A junior from Fenton, Michigan, near Flint. 0-1 fastball outside. Evening up a ball and a strike on Bell. Five innings out of Shedlowski last night for Irish Hills, and tonight it's 6 out of Grant. Here's a pitch, and it's outside, 2-1. Lebrano making his 8th appearance of 2018 with the Leprechauns. The 2-1. Fastball chasing strike 2 on Bell. 1-1 record for Lebrano, 3.21 ERA. 14 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts to 6 walks, and has permitted 15 hits. He's mostly a multiple inning guy. 2-2, and there's a cut and a miss. Robert Bell can't catch up to the heater. Back to first goes Prater. 2 outs, bottom 7, Leprechauns by 5. Sean O'Keefe has the golden sombrero with 3 strikeouts, and so he'll be pinch hit for what's been a rough night for him. Jake Goodrow will pinch hit in the 7th from Boston College. In a game that's not quite out of reach, but getting to that point, not a bad idea to pinch hit. Get O'Keefe out of there for tonight. Fastball high, ball 1. O'Keefe comes in as your average leader for the Monarchs. Well, actually second on the team behind Bell, 338. Bell finally surpassed him. O'Keefe got off to the really hot start despite the team struggling. 1-0, swing and a miss, and a high heater, 1-1. Jake Goodrow hitting 243, 2 homers and 4 knocked in. He is 6'3", 245 from Southwick, Mass. Boston College Eagle. 1-1 to Goodrow, and it's a strike at the knees, 1-2. Late strike call from Stewart Hall. Look towards first. Lebrano will deal. And chasing a ball in the dirt is Goodrow. They'll have to throw down to complete the strikeout, and they do. That's the final out. In a scoreless bottom of the 7th for the Monarchs, they get a hit, but leave a man on. To the 8th, it's 7-2. Leprechauns. This is Monarchs Baseball. High ball 1 for on a pitch to Preston Pilot, 1-0. Broken bat single. Starting things off here against Nathan Haw by Tommy Pellis. Now a ground ball over to short, and it's booted by Prater. He'll step on second for one, throw to first, and get just a fielder's choice. Could have easily been 2. But the bobble will result in him not getting 2. And so replacing Pellis at first is Pilot.
Joshua Parks, number 14.
Now Josh Parks will step in. I committed the broadcaster's worst mistake, especially when it's far away, having to use the head, the bathroom, during the game. And that's why that happened. Now a line drive will be caught. Josh Parks, and then doubling him off, Preston Pilot at first for the final out in a very quick and scoreless top of the 8th inning. So that's what happened, and that's why I wasn't talking for a moment. And, well, there wasn't much going on in the inning as the Irish Hills Leprechauns do not score. It's time for the bottom of the 8th, and it's 7-2, Lake Erie trailing. You are listening to Monarchs Baseball. Hey, Monarchs faithful, another reminder that the homestand continues tomorrow for Lake Erie as they take on the Hamilton Joes the next 2 days. A 7:05 start tomorrow, 5:35 on Sunday. Come on out to the ballpark and enjoy your favorite team. Alex Lambo swings and pops one up. That will get foul out of play. No balls and a strike as that will get out to one of the other diamonds. Always hard to track foul balls here, especially when they're coming in this direction. Right behind home plate. Alex Lambo doubled and scored in the 6th. His last time up, he is 1 for 3 tonight. The score is 7-2 in favor of Irish Hills. Another foul ball, this time well off to the right of home. Lambo, Dyke, O'Laughlin due up in the 8th. Max Labrato on for inning number 2. 0-2. And chasing strike 3 on Alex Lambo. Great slide piece. 3 straight strikeouts for Max Labrato. And that's 10 now for Irish Hills as a staff tonight. 1 out in the 8th. 5-run lead for the Leprechauns. Here's Andrew Dyke. Homered in the 2nd. Singled in a run in the 6th. And in between, grounded out. Pitch high and away, ball one. So Dyke has been responsible for all of the Monarchs' runs here today. 1-0 and fouled back to the screen in the air. 1-1. I was talking last inning about how Max Labrado is a multiple inning man. In 6 of his 7 appearances this year, he has gone at least 2 innings. His max is 2 2/3 in his last outing against Muskegon last weekend. 1-1. And a curveball is low and in. 2 balls and a strike. And they were a solid 2 2/3 innings in what was ultimately an 8-4 win on the road against Muskegon. Allowed just 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, faced 13. 2-1 is a sinking line drive that gets past Toll and down the third base line for a base hit. That'll be the 7th hit of the game. We'll give Andrew Dyke his 3rd hit.
Number 33, Casey O'Laughlin.
Hit number 7 for the Monarchs. Ball that got on him in a hurry. Now here's Casey O'Laughlin. Ground out to start. Single and a walk since. Ball low. 1-0. On the way from Labrado. And a pop-up. Sailing foul back to the diamond behind us. Even up, a ball and a strike on O'Laughlin. Northwestern Wildcat trying to start a rally. Monarchs down in the game, 7-2. Open stands for O'Laughlin. Lefty versus righty, 1-1. And a tapper foul will go near the first base dugout. It'll be picked up by Dylan Hamilton. Manager, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Dylan Hamilton, not the de facto manager to start the season. Jordan Hanna, too, was in the press box during the exhibition. He's the assistant coach for Irish Hills. He was doing PA. And he is a player, a kid that goes to Adrian College. 1-2, and O'Laughlin fouled one off of the catcher Guckin to stay alive. And what do you know? Jordan Hanna gets the call to be an assistant coach after the departure of their original manager. Didn't last very long. Of course, Dale Gray, Monarchs first base coach down there. He was Irish Hills manager for 2 seasons. Longtime manager in the area. 1-2. And a bouncer foul. Remains 1-2 on O'Laughlin. And when it was announced that Dale Gray was going to retire from the Leprechauns, his old friend Jim DeSena gave him a ring and said, well, you want to help us out? And he committed to the home games. He supervises the field operations here at Flat Rock Field before each home game. Throw over to first to check the runner. Andrew Dyke, he's back in safely. Labrado with a couple deep breaths, and he delivers a pitch in on the hands. O'Laughlin chased one, but fouled it off. 5 foul balls in a row now hit by O'Laughlin. 1 out in the 8th, 7-2 Irish Hills. Kelby Weiler waiting on deck. Here's another 1-2. And it's smacked on the ground to second. Pellis to second for 1. Miller's throw to first, not in time. O'Laughlin able to leg it out. Dyke put out 4-6, though, on the fielder's choice, hit into by O'Laughlin. Inning will continue as O'Laughlin replaces Dyke at first. And Kelby Weiler strides to the plate for the second time tonight. Lined out to short in the 6th, did Weiler. He was maybe the player of the series in what was a low-scoring series against Galleon. Tuesday, Wednesday here at the park. Weiler swings right away. Foul ball. 0-1. Monarchs outscored the Graders 5-3 in that series. A total of 8 runs were scored. And a throw over to first to check the base runner. He's back in safely. 5 of those runs scored came in the second inning of those 2 games. A 1 and another foul ball. The runner took off. O'Loughlin will have to retreat back to first. 0-2 on Weiler. Monarchs took the lead 1-0 on Tuesday night due to a Kelby Weiler RBI single. Then on Wednesday, 2 runs for Galleon in their half of the second. On a 2-run knock by Cole Andrews put them in the lead 2-0, but the Monarchs responded quickly. RBI single by Kelby Weiler, and an RBI ground out by Casey O'Loughlin. Pitch low and away. Brings the count to 1-2 on Weiler. 7-2 the score here tonight. Monarchs looking for a comeback. 2 down in the 8th and a man at first. 1-2. And a slider struck him out. Weiler frozen on a great pitch on the outside corner. And he continues to mow down batters, does Max Labrado. 4 strikeouts, and he's worked around a couple of singles here tonight. Another scoreless inning he turns in the bottom of the 8th. It's time for the 9th, and the Monarchs are down 5-7-2. This is Monarchs baseball. Well, look what we have here. Casey O'Loughlin going to get the baseball as the top of the 9th will begin. Monarchs down 5-7-2. As O'Loughlin will log his first appearance on the hill this season. Fastball outside, ball 1. Now, I'm not exactly sure how often Casey pitches, if he does, but he's pitching tonight. 1-0, skips in for ball 2. It's 2-0. He saw some smiles from the teammates as O'Loughlin was warming up. Subsequent changes out in the field. Zach Schwarzenberger will move to center field, replacing the spot vacated by O'Laughlin. Foul ball headed off to diamond number 2, 2-1. Ryan Guckin in the 7-hole has 2 singles, a ground out, and a strikeout tonight, 2 for 4. Two one. Outside corner strike. Well done. 2-2. Guckin, Toll, Miller in the inning, due up for Irish Hills, looking for a sweep of the series. 2-2 will stay outside, and the count fills up on Guckin. It's turning into a bit of a nippy night, requiring sweatshirts for all here at the park. Mine is still in my car. 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Ryan Guckin. And how about Casey O'Laughlin getting a punch out?
Number 16.
First out here in the top of the 9th, Irish Hills in front 7-2. And the next man up is Tommy Toll. Walked twice, a single and a ground ball that was a double play way back in the second. Strike 1 to him. Toll, a switch hitter. He'll bat from the right side against the lefty O'Laughlin. Batted left-handed all night to this point. 0-1 breaking ball, strike 2. Man, he's dropping some gems in there right now. I have to do some research on Casey in a hurry. 0-2, and it's down. Tommy Toll was chased almost out of the box by that pitch. O'Laughlin, one of the later additions to the Monarchs roster, but not too late. 1-2, skips in, ball 2, almost in the same spot. Attended Fenwick High School, did O'Laughlin. And now Tommy Toll will lift another one. Foul. Had it well out of play. First base side, still 2-2. O'Laughlin from Glen Ellen, Illinois. He is 6'1", 210 pounds, an upcoming sophomore at Northwestern. And pitch just outside. Count fills up. When you look at O'Loughlin's high school career, he was a 3-year letter winner at Fenwick High School near Glen Ellen. Led his team to a regional championship in 2015. 3-2, liner over the head of Will Prater as it heads towards center field for a base hit. Hit number 13 for Irish Hills, and they have a one-out base runner here in the 9th, already ahead by 5. Now Thomas Miller will swat it. 2 singles, a walk, and reaching on an error tonight is Miller. You do the math, he's been on all 4 times. O'Laughlin was first team All-Catholic League and All-Area. As the pitch misses, ball 1 to Miller. After hitting .405 with 33 RBIs and 2 home runs that year. Honor roll student. 0-1 is down in the dirt, and I believe it's actually 2-0. Scoreboard's wrong. You won't find any Northwestern pitching stats for Casey O'Laughlin. Outside, 3-0. But he appeared in 43 games and started 27 last year as a freshman for Northwestern. Now a pop-up to the right side. Kelby Weiler into short right field. Backpedaling, and now the ball drops. Runner going to head for second, and he will be out of there. Tommy Toll. So that's the second time on this homestand we've seen a ball dropped in short right field, but ultimately able to get the out because the runner had to stay put. So fielder's choice for Thomas Miller. He replaces Tommy Toll at first. 2 outs, top 9. Irish Hills 7, Lake Erie 2. And the first offering is down low, ball 1 to Noah Suarez. On base 3 times, twice via a walk, once with the bases loaded, and also on a fielder's choice. So he's hitless so far tonight, and it looks like he's going to stay that way. Up the elevator shaft, right of second base, Weiler tracking, struggling with the breeze a bit, but he does put it away for out number 3. And how about Casey O'Laughlin? He's able to work around a 1-out single and not allow a run. Bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Monarchs, looking for a comeback and to avoid a series sweep. They're down 7-2. This is Lake Erie Monarchs baseball. Schwarzenberger to lead off the events here in the bottom of the 9th. Can they rally from 5 down to try and complete a comeback? Max Labrado back out there. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. So Labrado is looking for a 3-inning save tonight for Irish Hills. Schwarzenberger looks at strike 1, a fastball at the knees and down the middle. Labrado a little over the 30 mark in the pitch category. 1-1. And Schwarzenberger smacks one that's knocked down but not stopped completely by Pellis. It will roll into right center field. And that's hit number 8 on the line drive. Hit
and from Indiana University,
by Zach Schwarzenberger.
Baseman, number 21, Caleb.
To start the Monarchs needed here in the bottom of the 9th, down 5. Now here's Caleb Balgard. 1 for 4 in the game is Balgard. At first is Schwarzenberger with his first hit of the night, and Balgard swings, cracks one to deep left field. Rainey backing up, and he's on the warning track. Will make the catch for out number 1. On a different night with the wind not blowing the way it does, although it's really not blowing that strongly right now. It's been at least 10 miles an hour much of the night and gusting much more strongly at times. But if the wind's like it usually is at this ballpark, that probably travels out. But it's not the night of the Monarchs. Balgard 1 for 5. Now he gives way to Will Prater. Labrado will throw over to first just to keep Schwarzenberger in check. Prater singled in the 7th. Otherwise was 0 for 3 before that. 7-2 Leprechauns in the 9th. Labrado works only from the set position. And a slide piece finds the outside corner for strike 1. Max Labrado is looking for his first save of the season. And the 0-1. And a fly ball high hit to right center field. Pilot and Suarez converging. It's Pilot. Put it away, out number 2. And the Monarchs are down to their final out in this two-game set against their rival, the Irish Hills Leprechauns.
Number 28, Keegan.
Here's Keegan Watson. Keegan Watson entered in the 9th when Casey O'Laughlin was sent in to pitch. Monarchs, when you have a guy come in from a position or the DH, you burn your designated hitter. So that's what the Monarchs did there. Burned Robert Bell, the DH. Line drive foul to the screen behind home. 0-1. So Keegan Watson, the Monarchs' last hope. Watson hitting 185 with 3 runs batted in this year. 5 for 27. 17th appearance. And 0-1. Fastball high. Even count at 1-1. Robert Bell tonight 0 for 3 in his first game as the leading batting average on the team with a walk, although O'Keefe fared worse tonight with 3 strikeouts. 1-1 outside corner. Strike 2. Man at first, 7-2 Irish Hills. 1 strike away now are the Leprechauns from victory number 11. Lebrado ready to go. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Watson. Down go the Monarchs in the 9th as they'll get 1 hit and strand a man on. And that's it. The Irish Hills Leprechauns with a sweep of the Lake Erie Monarchs, winning game number 11 and improving to 11-12. The final count tonight, 7-2. Irish Hills gets it done. 7 runs, 13 hits. They have 1 error, and in the process, they leave 11 men on base here tonight. Lake Erie Monarchs scored 2 runs on 8 hits, 3 errors, and they had a lot less opportunities to try and bring in runs. But they did leave a lot late, in fact, as they end up with 10. But through the first 5 innings, it was a much different story. The game wraps up at right around 9:45 tonight. So it ends up being a 2-hour and 38-minute contest as we wrap up at 9:45, and a nice crowd here on hand as the Lake Erie Monarchs get it done by a final tally. Rather, the Irish Hills Leprechauns get it done 7-2. Irish Hills will go home. They will play the Licking County Settlers in a 2-game series tomorrow and Sunday as they return to Adrian. The Monarchs will stay right here and play 2 against the Hamilton Joes, and we hope that you will take part in that series with us. First pitch of game 1 of that series tomorrow night at 7:05, and game 2 will come just a little bit later, or a little earlier on Sunday at 5:35, a special time. So we hope you will join us. But as for tonight, not a good tale. Monarchs drop their 2nd straight, and they fall to 500 in their last 8 games. Irish Hills, by the way, now, they entered this series winners of 3 of their last 4. They've now won 5 of 6, so they're on quite a tear. Monarchs lose 7-2. Thanks so much for listening to Lake Erie Monarchs Baseball here on monarchsradio.com. I am Kevin Peel saying good night from Flat Rock Field in Flat Rock, Michigan. You've been listening and watching Lake Erie Monarchs Baseball on the Lake Erie Monarchs Radio Network. Good night, everyone.